Okay, everybody, welcome to another episode of Arthur Home Media Reviews. So, without further ado, in the previous episode, we took a look at Arthur's Pet Follies. Now we're going to be taking a look at another Arthur release for this particular episode. And in this episode, we are going to be taking a look at Arthur Goes to the Doctor. Now, Arthur Goes to the Doctor was released on VHS in September of 2001, which was one of the worst days that happened due to the plane crashes that happened on that day. And then it was released on DVD on June 11th of 2002, which was 9 months after the VHS release. So, here's the front cover for Arthur Goes to the Doctor. The front cover shows the doctor checking Arthur, and DW is watching at the doctor's office. The spine shows Dash's PBS Kids logo, and it's bright orange with dark orange writing. If you look at the back, it lists the episodes: Arthur's Knee, which is a Season 2 episode, Buster's Breathless, which is a Season 4 episode, and the Lousy Week, which is a Season 5 episode. Here are the sponsors: Libby's Juicy Juice, Post Alphabets, and Lego. And even though this DVD was released in 2002, the copyright date reads 2001. Mostly because the VHS was released 1 year earlier. And now I'm going to go through each episode and tell me what I think about this. So, Arthur's Knee is the episode where Arthur goes to the dump to just try to get some things out of the dump. But then, when Arthur starts going to the dump, DW gets really nervous because she's afraid that Arthur's going to get hurt. And it turns out that Arthur did, in fact, get hurt. Yeah. He says, watched Arthur's knee back when I was 5. And yes, like Arthur's Treasure Hunt TV airing of it has the Season 7 through 8 funding in the purple background. And yeah. And anyway, in Arthur's Knee, Arthur starts going to the dump, and DW is very nervous because she is afraid that Arthur is going to get hurt. And it turns out that Arthur did, in fact, get hurt. He actually cut his knee on the lima beans can. And then Arthur doesn't think it's a very serious injury at first, because he thinks he'll be fine at first. But then later on, Arthur's pain gets even worse. And then Arthur's pain gets even more worse. And then eventually, DW calls the brain over to examine Arthur, and the brain tells him that cut is indeed a very serious cut, and he tells him that it's serious enough for him to get really sick, because he then tells a story about what happens if serious infections like this don't get treated right away. And he says that And the brain tells Arthur that by not telling his mom, he risks a wide variety of diseases like tetanus, encephalitis, conjunctivitis, and staphylococcus, and all kinds of stuff. Then, after hearing all those facts, Arthur allows DW to get Arthur's mom. And Arthur's mom takes him to the doctor, and the doctor prescribes Arthur to take antibiotic medicine for 10 days and to have a tetanus shot to be on the safe side. And then there's the episode Buster's Breathless, in which Buster tells a flashback story of the time he had that really awful cough that started everything. And then the flashback starts, and with Buster telling jokes to Arthur, but then his laughing gets interrupted by lots of coughing. And then the coughing gets really bad that they send Buster to the doctor's office right away, where they discovered that Buster has asthma. At first, Buster is worried that he might never crack jokes or laugh again, but the doctor tells Buster that he can still do all the things he likes as long as he takes his asthma medications. And then later on at school, everyone treats him really weirdly because of the asthma disease that Buster has. And Binky thinks that Buster's playing the kazoo and is faking sick. And but then later on they found out that, and then later on Buster presents a presentation about asthma, and then he concludes his presentation by telling everyone that asthma is not contagious. And then there's the episode The Lousy Week, where a bunch of head lice come and spread the school, so everyone is like quarantined at home for a while due to the fact that there's a serious case of head lice that spread to the school. And the only person and the only character that doesn't get head lice in that episode is Buster. Everyone else, Arthur, DW, Muffy, Francine, Binky, they all get head lice. And then near the end of the episode, everyone is back in school. So, now that that's out of the way, I'm going to explain the opening and closing to this DVD release of Arthur Goes to the Doctor. It opens exactly like the other Sony Wonder DVD releases of Arthur, except it goes to the DVD menu for Arthur Goes to the Doctor. Then we go into the Arthur theme song with the Boeing sound added before the glass breaking noises and the start of Arthur's knee. And at the very end of the episode, it contains the last few seconds of the episode The Lousy Week, and then the Arthur closing credits from Season 5. And then the Arthur funding credits, and then the post-alphabet serial ad, which is 26 little letters that make the words that let you share your feelings. Then the Lego ad from Season 5, and then the Libby's Juicy Juice ad, which is the Season 5 version, where everything is all white, whereas in the Season 6 through 8 version, there's a wide variety of colors that start off with blue, then yellow, then green, then purple. Anyway, this contains the Season 5 version of the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial. And then it contains the art for funding credits from Season 5 with the blueberry blue flower bed background. And then it uses grants from U.S. Department of Education, Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and public television viewers. Except the Season 5 funding and the later Season 4 funding have the Circle Corporation for Public Broadcasting logo. Whereas in the Seasons 1 through 4 reruns version, that is for Season 7 through 8, it has U.S. Department of Education and then the Corporation for Public Broadcasting with the square logo. Because the Season 5 one has the circle logo instead. And then after this, it contains the PBS Kids logo from September 6th of 1999. And there existed two versions of the PBS Kids logos that were introduced when Dragon Tales aired, which was September 6th of 1999. One version involved Dash, the boy, who was thinking about something, and the other variant featured Dot, the girl, and she was running up to the screen. Now, the DVD release of Arthur that contains the PBS Kids of Arthur Goes to the Doctor contains the Dot variant of the PBS Kids logo, where Dot runs up to the screen. And then we go into the DVD menu. And it does not contain the Kidio promo, since it did not exist at the time the VHS was released. And this wraps up for episode 8. Stay tuned for episode 9, which is going to be on Harper's Famous Friends.